Your group chat is literally lowering your IQ, and nobody's talking about it. Stay with me because by the end of this, you're going to screenshot this video and send it to your group chat, which is kind of hilarious. Okay, so here's the thing. You've definitely had this experience. You're in a group chat. Someone asks a question. Maybe it's, where should we eat? Or did anyone do the homework? Or what time does it start? And then nothing. Total silence. Even though there are like 12 people in that chat. Why does that happen? And why do you feel zero guilt about ignoring it? Because here's what's wild. You're not being lazy. You're not being a bad friend. Your brain is doing something called diffusion of responsibility. And it's actually making you stupider in real time. Let me explain. So first, let's talk about the bystander effect. Back in 1964, a woman named Kitty Genovese was attacked outside her apartment building in New York. And here's the insane part. Dozens of her neighbors heard it, and almost nobody called for help. For years, psychologists were baffled. How could that many people do nothing? So researchers John Darley and Bib Latané ran an experiment. They put people in rooms and pumped in fake smoke. When someone was alone, they reported the smoke within 75% of cases. But when they were in a group, only 38% reported it. Same smoke, more people, less action. The group literally made everyone dumber and more passive. Now flip that to your phone. That's your group chat. Every single day, someone needs a response. The bigger the chat, the less likely anyone responds. Not because people are rude, because everyone assumes someone else will handle it. Your brain goes, there are 14 other people here, I don't need to do anything. And it does this automatically. You don't even notice it happening. But wait, it gets crazier. Now let's talk about groupthink. This one is actually terrifying. So you know how in your friend group, everyone kind of agrees on stuff? Like you all think the same movies are good, you all hate the same person, you all think the same restaurant is overrated. You probably think that's just because you have similar taste. Nope, that's groupthink. And it's been quietly eating your ability to think independently for years. Here's how it works. In a group chat, there's always a dominant voice. Maybe it's the loudest person, maybe it's whoever texts first. And when they say something, everyone else subconsciously calibrates. Your brain sees the social cost of disagreeing. Disagreeing means conflict. Conflict means someone's upset. Someone being upset means the group dynamic shifts. Your prehistoric brain hates that. So instead of saying what you actually think, you say something that fits. Or you just send a laughing emoji and move on. And here's the insane part. This happens even when the dominant opinion is wrong. NASA scientists, before the Challenger disaster in 1986, had serious doubts about launching in cold weather. But the group pressure was so strong that people stayed quiet. Groupthink literally contributed to a space shuttle exploding. And you're doing a softer version of this every single time you agree in a group chat just to avoid the drama. Your real opinion is slowly getting replaced by the group's opinion. And you don't even feel it happening. Okay, but here's where it gets really weird. Let's get into the hive mind. Have you ever noticed that your sense of humor in a group chat is different from your actual sense of humor? Like, the version of you in the chat sends memes and one-liners and reacts to things. But if you were alone with one of those people, you'd have a completely different conversation? That's because in group chats, you're not really being yourself. You're performing a character. Psychologists call this de-individuation. It's when your sense of individual identity weakens because you're absorbed into a group. Your personal accountability drops. Your behavior shifts toward whatever the group norm is. It's why group chats spiral into roasting sessions that go way too far. Or why mobs on Twitter do things that none of those individuals would ever do alone. The group swallows your individual brain and replaces it with a collective one. And here's the kicker. The collective brain is almost always dumber than your individual brain. This is called the common knowledge effect. In a group, conversations naturally drift toward information that everyone already knows. Stuff that's safe. Stuff that won't confuse anyone. Stuff that nobody will disagree with. So if you've got something genuinely smart or original to say, the group format punishes you for it. The smarter your thought, the less likely you are to share it. The group literally filters out the good stuff and amplifies the average stuff. Your IQ in a group chat is statistically lower than your IQ in a one-on-one conversation. I'm not joking. Studies on group decision-making have shown this repeatedly. Groups consistently make worse decisions than individuals when it comes to complex problems. Not because the smart people left, but because the group format itself suppresses individual thinking. Now, let's talk about something darker, the notification trap. Okay, so your phone buzzes, group chat, you glance at it, it's nothing. Just someone reacting to something from 3 hours ago. But now you've already broken your focus. And here's the thing about focus that most people don't know. It doesn't just stop and start. It has a recovery period. After a single notification disrupts your concentration, it takes an average of 23 minutes to get back to full focus. 23 minutes. And if you're in 5 group chats, which, let's be honest, most people are, and each one sends even 2 or 3 messages a day, you are mathematically incapable of doing deep focused work. Like, the math doesn't work. You've been wondering why you can't concentrate. Why you sit down to do something important and your brain just drifts. This is it. The group chat is not just a distraction. It's a focus destroyer. And the worst part? Your brain started craving it. Every buzz is a tiny dopamine hit, a little social validation, a little I belong to something. Your brain learned that the group chat is a slot machine for human connection. And now it's checking it constantly, even when there's nothing new, just hoping something interesting happened. The anxiety you feel when you're not checking, that's withdrawal. Actual withdrawal from a social feedback loop. Okay, we're almost at the wildest part. Let's talk about the spiral. Here's what nobody tells you about group chats. They don't just make you dumber in the moment, they reshape how you think over time. Remember groupthink? It compounds. The longer you're in a group, the more your worldview gets averaged out with everyone else in it. You start measuring your opinions against the group before you even form them. You pre-filter your thoughts. Would the chat like this? Becomes the first question. Not, do I actually believe this? And then here's the thing that should genuinely freak you out. You start doing this outside the chat too. In real conversations. At work. In your relationship. You've been so trained to calibrate to a group that you do it automatically. You present the socially acceptable version of your thoughts first, and sometimes you forget what your actual thoughts were. The group chat didn't just make you quiet. It made you unsure of your own mind. That's not dramatic. That's just what chronic social calibration does to a brain over time. So, what do you actually do about this? The answer isn't to leave all your group chats and become a hermit. It's something more specific. Number 1, mute them. All of them. You check on your schedule, not theirs. This alone will transform your ability to focus. Number 2, have more one-on-one conversations. This is where your actual intelligence shows up. The research is clear on this. Bilateral conversations produce sharper thinking, more honesty, and better decisions. Number 3, notice when you're performing versus thinking. In group settings, ask yourself, am I saying what I think or what the group wants to hear? Just noticing the difference starts to reverse the effect. And number 4, disagree sometimes. Seriously. The moment you share a genuine, unpopular opinion in a group, you rewire your brain back toward independence. It's uncomfortable. Do it anyway. Your group